tough, and we talk about it in the book a lot because it's really important, and we have a bit of a game plan in there. But for the sake of this video and for the sake of brevity, I'll just say that, you know, it's not as complicated as we want to make it out to be, or at least we don't want to make it complicated for the kid, but that doesn't mean it's not a lot for us to think about as a coach. I mean, going back to my high school years as an athlete, my biggest problem was overthinking it. So, you know, the coach's job in that case is simplifying it. But at the same time, you know, especially when they're young, there's all these things you have to teach them. So it's a huge challenge.
It is. And I think we came up with some principles at SLU, and they're in the book, that keep it simple for a kid and yet give them the specificity of how to respond to individual things. So a little preview of that. You can tell a runner, be in touch with your finish place, and then at the right time in the race, nail your finish place down. That's a simple idea. You can tell a runner that when you have a sharp turn, you got to decide early whether you're going to take it tight because you got the room, or whether you're going to take it wide. Now that may sound obvious, but if you don't teach those sorts of things, a long hill, for example, is different than a short one, and there's a specific approach to a short hill that I'm going to guarantee it really does work well. And in the races that I've watched SLU have over many years, we're one of the few teams that knew how to do it. It's a simple thing. So specific responses to specific things on a course, and then a general sort of approach to watching and responding to a race. These things can be taught without getting into a kid's head.
Well, and that's what ends up creating a good race.
Yeah.
Because if they're cross country is sort of a thinking man's sport, and it can actually help reduce the neuroses that a lot of the cross country runners may have, because if they're focusing on how to run the short hill, if they're focusing how to take the blind turn, if they're focusing on how to approach the long gradual hill and how to go at the top and those sorts of things, then they're breaking up the race into small pieces, which makes it a lot easier mentally than thinking, oh my gosh, I still have 2.5 miles to go.
That's right. It's one decision after one decision, and all of them positive, leading to this kind of spiral of good momentum that delivers a good race.